Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of the second season of Albany by Night. I am the storyteller for this chronicle, Crifu, or Chris Bernal, and I'm very happy to be here, coming off of our first official LARP. We ran a Albany by Night LARP this weekend, and we're excited to have the results of that event affect things tonight. But before I go any further, let's meet our vampires.
Okay. Hi, my name is Finley, and I'm playing Donna Carmichael, and it's been a little while. Donna is a Malkavian who has recently returned from the fantastic city of Buffalo, where she was doing, normal vampire things. Absolutely nothing to be worried about.
My name's Barrett, and I play Mimi. Mimi was very disappointed not to be in on the action last weekend, but she is a Nosferatu. She lives in Albany, and the Brooklyn and New York City Nosferatu have forbidden her from leaving Albany and coming back to New York, even though she'd really like to, but she has to stay, apparently. So she's heard about it all secondhand, but would have rather been there.
I'm Scott. I am playing Nick. I am Gangrel and current and hopefully continuing sheriff of Albany. Happy to be back in to leave the boring NYC and getting back to where the action is, the Albany Rensselaer area, which is about to get hopefully not too active with the Sabat invasion, but knock on wood. So we'll see how that goes.
Hi, I'm Jonah. I play Herschel or Herschel Ostropoler, a Tremere who has recently led his clan to, he thinks he led them. Really, they did all the work themselves. To taking over the Harpy ship from Danny. A bunch of Tremere are heading up to the Chantry, and this makes him very uncomfortable, and he has done his best job to hide all of his little knickknacks and secret experiments because he's not very good at sharing.
We will be heading to the new Tremere Chantry very shortly. But before that, I will welcome you to Albany by Night. Nighttime in Albany. We see downtown Albany from the eastern side of the Hudson River, soaring across the skyline, past the Bank of America on State Street, where Prince Rhea holds court, past the Capitol, past the Empire State Plaza, where we know something lies deep beneath that center, and into the residential neighborhood to the north of the city center. Down a nicely quaint wooded street filled with row homes, of course, well financed, nice looking, upper middle class, if you will. And we see a duplex. 2 doors on a porch with a wooden railing. It seems older, antique, better kept than its neighbors to either side, but still unassuming. The curtains are drawn, but there is light coming from within. And as we zoom in, we see a young man dressed conservatively, Herschel, who do we see?
We see Herschel. He is a skinny 20-year-old looking boy who is far, far older than that. His head is shaved. He looks like he hasn't had a good meal in months. You can probably count his ribs if you wished. But he is very dutifully scampering around the living room. And Herschel is setting up glasses, and occasionally in his hand he has, as is his custom, he has a mason jar with blood in it, and he's sipping on it because he's a little hungry. Not really, but he likes to have a snack as he's trying to prepare for, well, some guests. And after a little bit, he sets down saucers and little shot glasses and goes to a thermos. And he opens it, sniffs it, and then reseals it and puts it elegantly in the center. Then Herschel takes a little bit of time to go around the room, and he double checks and triple checks the wards that he's put in place at the behest of Eugenio.
His regent.
Yes, his regent.
So we see him like touching the air, like in front of the windows.
He's checking the windows. He's been, I would say, since he's moved in, he's set up wards against ghouls because that is one of the spells he knows. So he probably would reach into his jacket and take out a flask, and he takes out the blood and he starts pouring out the blood to redo these wards because it takes pints of blood to do them.
Right.
And he's warded all of the doorknobs and all the windowsills because they want to make the house has its own wards, which only allows certain people in or out, but he wants to make 100% certain that none of the enemies of the Tremere who sided with the Ventru, or who got the Ventru to side with them, are going to possibly muck things up a bit.
The camera starts to zoom up and through the rest of the house, and we can see other Tremere, dressed conservatively all in black, looking about the same age as this young man, although who knows when it comes to vampires. And doing much of the same, checking the wards, unpacking boxes. There are some wooden crates with like hay and straw coming out of them where gentle materials have been shipped north up from New York City.
I would also say Herschel occasionally, he's gotten a taste of leadership, which he is not good at and he doesn't really take well to. So occasionally he's barking orders at these Tremere who might know better than him, but where he'll say, "No, that doesn't go there, put that on that sill." And sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't.
Most times they nod and do as they're told.
Great.
So we see Herschel kind of micromanaging his new Chantry members.
Yeah, because he's been living in this house alone.
Right.
For the past 6 months.
And again, the camera zooms out once more to a moving car coming from northeastern Albany, from the Albany Symphony. As we zoom into the back seat of this car, we see two men. One young with black hair and glasses, clean shaven, and the other looks like.
We see Nick. Nick is tall, pale, also has dark hair, and deep set eyes. He's dressed in jeans and boots and appears to be a t-shirt. He is checking, or he's kind of sitting in his car, so he has his concealed Glock is kind of digging in uncomfortably, and so he's trying to position himself to like not have it be digging into his hip uncomfortably, and
Right.
And kind of is looking out the window and tapping his foot impatiently.
Danny turns to you. Thank you for going through the symphony with me. I don't know if I could have done that alone.
Yeah, I know. It's must be.
I have been a couple times, visited Christine, seen her parties. She threw some parties, most of them masquerade preaching.
Yeah.
Which, when you're out in the country from the city, doesn't seem so bad. Now that I'm living here.
Yeah, well, it's I'd like to say you get used to it. I really would. But perhaps we both will.
Right.
We make the best of it. This is what the work requires. This is where we're needed. So we all have our sacrifices. If we play our cards right, maybe it won't be permanent, and we'll be able to enjoy our. We'll look back at these times as a trying situation that had to be dealt with.
I didn't really get to talk to Herschel last weekend.
Yeah, well,
At Wonderville.
He was doing a little too much talking in some positions, as I recall.
I mean, I wouldn't have given the Harpy position to Allison if I didn't trust the Tremere clan. They're a pillar of the Camarilla. They've kept New York running back when it was Sabbat territory. They can do it again. They can help us.
I'm deferring to your wisdom on this, but they're always a little strange, obviously.
But I don't know him. He's from the Jewish Museum Chantry.
Well, there's no really knowing Herschel, but I trust him at this point. He's got his secrets, but he's what Kindred doesn't, and he plays it pretty straight with me, at least as I can understand it.
Rhea mentioned to me that he's one of her advisors.
Well, who can really advise Rhea? He speaks around her, and she hears him.
That's exactly how I remember her.
Yes.
Okay. But this tea we're going to.
Yeah, well. Oh, what are we going into? I don't know. Herschel doesn't really create the sense of leadership so much, and now a lot of these Tremere are going to be looking to him. I'm very curious that he's going to handle that responsibility.
Well, the pyramid's not the way it was before, a few years ago. There's a chance now for younger Tremere to make something of themselves, something I think we can all identify with.
Absolutely.
So I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt, especially when they've got fucking magic on their side.
Be careful though. He has a tendency to thinking he's being a little more subtle than he is sometimes.
I can work with that.
Occasionally he'll try to see things that you shouldn't see or use his disciplines in unusual ways. I tend to be indulgent to that. You can do what you like.
Honey, when you lived in New York for as long as I did, you see some things.
Okay. Well, I will keep you in the know. I've got a pretty good nose for these things. Good eye for it as well. In fact, all my senses are pretty much attuned to when these things are going down. I'll keep you in the know. It's the least I can do.
And at that point, the camera zooms up once more to the Empire State Plaza. We see a man and a woman dressed in trench coats, dark trench coats, very unassuming. And they're trading documents. But the camera, however, can see an obfuscated creature watching this exchange, watching her contact. Mimi, who do we see?
You would see Mimi, who, if you'd seen her a few months ago, was already a hideous Nosferatu, but if anything, looks more frantic, more haggard. Where once her hair looked like maybe a deflated mohawk, now it looks as though she's just sprouting multiple colors of hair out of her skull. And she used to be able to hide the fact that her left ear was missing, but that's now very evident. She's watching, and in her hand is a medium to large sized rat with what appears to be a little backpack on.
Is it the backpack?
The camera also notes another obfuscated person nearby. I don't know, can the two of you notice each other as you're obfuscated? Well, firstly, who is the other, Donna, who is the other obfuscated person we see?
So the other obfuscated person is a seemingly mid-20s professional-ish looking woman. And I say ish because Donna, holds on to some of the remnants of her former career in respectable journalism. But after a couple of decades as a member of the Valkavian clan and then sojourn in Buffalo, Buffalo, some things have started to slide. She's got on a professional pencil skirt, but then like a pajama top, and
silk pajama top.
Yeah, polyester.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And she's furiously scribbling notes. It becomes sort of evident that she's taking some notes on what's happening in the square, and then others about just sort of other things.
Right.
And then catches sight of
your aspects, just like
boing, and I start taking notes on you.
I would notice that you were taking notes on me and shrug. I've seen you before. You don't seem like a threat at this point. I might even wave.
And after a few moments, your contacts, who are exchanging in some sort of subterfuge, scamper off in opposite directions, leaving the two of you alone in the Empire State Plaza along the reflecting pool.
So I'm going to stride quickly across and heels click, 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 click. And I show you what I've written. It's just like nonsense. It's like
some charts.
Yeah, there's some charts. There's some like smiley faces. You see some like swirlies. I show you.
I know.
What do you think?
You make some good points.
That's what I thought. Can you believe those guys?
Yes. I've known Josh since he was a kid. He's been a mess forever.
Yeah, how do you think he's going to get away with that?
When I used to babysit him, he would think he could get away with telling me he hadn't had dessert. It's the same thing.
I mean, there's only so much graft that a city this size can take.
It is the capital.
That's a good point. Humans. It's fun to watch, though.
It is, and the more we know, the more they're in our pockets.
I keep trying to think of, I know he really owes me a big favor. Just trying to think of what I can really squeeze him for. It's gonna come in handy one of these days, I know. But until then, tip off now and then from the news desk, and a connection to the capital. Well,
just
invaluable.
Be sure to call in your favors before they die. The mortals keep doing that.
I hadn't thought about that. They have cures for everything these days. And I kind of got it in my head that if people were going to be dying, that we should be at the center of that. Because, if we have doctors and hospitals, but then these sort of traveling avatars of death, shouldn't we be where the true power to make that call be?
There are no cures. A voice from out of the air.
Alright, listen, enough. Quit fucking with me. That's not cool.
There are no cures, says the voice again. And from out of thin air steps, deobfuscating, a woman. Her hair is hard to see. She's wearing a hood. But you can definitely see elf ears poking up out of a black hood. Her eyes are cloudy blue, but not a natural blue. It's like touched by divinity. There are no cures for the final death, and that is what is coming. Will consume everything here. You know it. She looks at you, Donna, and you will know it soon.
I don't know who this person is.
I think she's talking about that sleeping old guy, lady.
Is that what you're talking about? Everybody knows about that.
The progenitors. They will consume us all. They will rise up from underneath the ground.
Lady, I hope they do. Who the fuck are you?
My name is Esmeralda.
Are you here for tea? We have to go to tea.
No, I came seeking a man who once flew, but gave it up to defend the land. I've had more visions of him, standing at a crossroads. No, on a crosswalk. And the light said neither stop nor go.
Was it flashing?
There was nothing but blackness.
A blackout.
A power outage? Could be.
Lady, I dealt with a lot of freaks and weirdos in my time. Who have you been eating? Because, like, this is not normal.
It's not normal.
You're one to talk.
I make a lot of sense. This is just jibber jabber.
Do you know?
Not normal. You raise a good point. I mean, who are we to define normal? Really? I'm so sorry. That was really rude of me. What about the crosswalk?
It was rude.
So you've been listening to Abbey Road, is what you're saying?
There was a man. There is a man. A kindred. He's in danger.
We're all in danger. Haven't you heard? The Sabbat are coming.
Yes, they said so in Brooklyn.
Oh, were you in Brooklyn? Why'd you come here?
I'm seeking him. The man who flew. Oh, Danny boy.
The pipes?
They're calling.
Danny? Oh,
You do know. I heard about a Danny.
yeah, he's at the symphony.
Where can I find this symphony?
Well, Danny's probably at tea now, actually.
I didn't get an invitation to tea.
Oh, you should come to tea.
I'm gonna need a little more info than that. Who's having tea?
Herschel.
Ooh.
Herschel. The pyramid meets.
The pyramid meets, huh?
Hmm.
Is that like a Tremere? Actually, I would know that. Is that a Tremere? Yeah, okay. So, them.
I followed them
meeting.
down.
You follow them? Now that's funny. Well, if the voices are telling you to follow the Tremere, I can't miss a chance to do that.
I'll come with, but
Oh, he's gonna hate that.
not really.
No, you have to come.
No.
Please, I insist. It's going to be so much fun.
Can I ride?
Oh, gee.
Can I ride along?
Oh, dude, what? Oh, fine.
And she comes up and just caresses your cheek. And I think, Donna, at this point, that touch, you recognize that this Malkavian, Esmeralda, is much older than you are. That touch, that predatory bestial instinct. And then you feel almost as if all of your muscles go up on strings and then release.
Are you sitting comfortably in there?
She nods.
So where's the rest of you gonna be? You just want to park yourself on a bench?
There. She points at the reflecting pool, steps in, and just lays down under the water.
It's funny, 11th generation weirdos. They're so strange. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know you can hear me.
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
I put
Please.
down the rat and let it run ahead. Going by foot, I suppose.
I mean, you want to get a cab?
It's not far, is it?
Not far.
Not far.
All right. I mean, I'd treat, but I guess the walk will do us good. It's important to stay healthy.
I don't want to bother a cab, and my guess is you don't want to go by sewer, so let's go.
Absolutely not.
So, this pair makes their way north into the neighborhood beyond. As we arrive back to the duplex row house that is operating as the Tremere Chantry in Albany, that same black car pulls up, and Danny and Nick step out. You've been in one of these before, right?
Car, yes.
A chantry. How old are you again? Don't tell me. I'll only judge you more.
Great. My biggest nightmare.
A chantry. You've been inside one?
I don't know.
Well, that's a no.
What would I know?
Have you seen Doctor Who? They're bigger on the inside.
Okay. I get your TARDIS references.
It changes. Hallways, doors, they open into wrong places. Sometimes places that aren't even in the building. Somewhere beyond. The parties can be pretty wild. I've been to a few, not many, and I think those are designed to be trippy anyway.
Danny, it feels like you have a strong opinion about parties, and that seems to be the extent of the experience that you can give me.
I only care about three things. Parties, power, and promises. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
I promise you that I'll have your back tonight.
Okay.
I pledged myself a member of this coterie as a member of Ria's court. And I will do my best to make sure that everything goes well.
We'll find out. I don't know what we're really walking into myself. I doubt Herschel does either. Let's go figure out what's going on.
So we're standing in front of the door now.
I check the doors a lot.
No.
Okay, open the doors.
I would say, did Herschel know Danny was coming?
Yes.
So then you are both let in.
Okay.
You can both walk in.
And it opens up, and there's this red runner and these stairs that go up right away, and then this living room to the left.
And Herschel, I think, comes right out of the living room, and he, in one hand, he has a bottle that has it's covered it has an old label. It's a golden liqueur, and it's all in Polish. And he looks at both of you and goes, Danny! And Nick. And he just goes over to Nick and gives Nick a big embrace and kisses Nick on both cheeks and says, I was just getting ready for you both. You're early. Would you like to sit? Would you like a drink? I have Krupnik.
No thanks.
He uncorks the bottle and out of his jacket takes out his flask, pours some in and goes, I insist.
And he takes it from you and just...
It
smells good.
It's basically this is out of what Krupnik is it's basically vodka with honey.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. And it has blood in there too.
Oh.
And I would say this is specifically because Herschel knew he was hosting, he managed to procure some special blood, as he would consider it. It is. I would say it's basically, and this is going to be a really dark comparison. It's the foie gras of blood.
I don't know what that means.
I believe
liver juice.
I think it's baby's blood.
Oh.
He doesn't know that. He just wanted good blood, and that's what he got.
Mimi will not consume that, by the by.
Herschel doesn't know that that's what it is.
Well, you'll find out if Mimi tries to eat it.
She'll know.
Yeah, and Herschel will probably not react well.
So, Danny, if you insist, I suppose we are allies now.
Yes, I'm welcome. Welcome to Albany.
Thank you.
Would you like to sit? We have chairs.
Of course.
And he leads everyone into the living room, and it's for anyone who lives in New York, has anyone here been to Home Sweet Home? Picture your grandmother's basement. Now fill it with taxidermied animals.
Okay.
That's what this living room is.
Quite the decor you've gone with here. Is this from the original occupants?
No, most of these were gifts. Irene.
Huh. Interesting.
She's really...
They're naturally sourced. Most of them are hers. She didn't have room for them.
Okay. Irene, the one who killed Christine.
Yes, but that's not important.
Okay then. At that point, a woman wearing just a plain black dress with curly red hair steps out. Mr. Osterpoler?
Yes.
Just a moment, please.
One moment. And he just shuffles off to.
Did they leave the bottle?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He hasn't taken back the flask.
Okay. I pick up I've got a hunger too, so the smell is like I'm usually trying to.
Right.
So if there's, you left the flask.
I left the flask with blood.
If I drink that, can I get hunger back, or is it not enough?
I don't think it's enough, just
Okay.
for taste.
I would say though there is a thermos in the middle of the room that is filled with more of this blood.
You can go ahead and grab that if you like.
I might just to, make
Really?
myself at home.
Danny's like,
And there's like already there in the middle there are like all of the there's the shot glasses. It's already set up for people.
okay,
What's wrong?
just seem a little thirsty tonight, that's all.
Well, the hunger comes when it comes, and I really wasn't anticipating it, and then I could feel it burning inside me. So I'd rather be on top of this.
The burning, that's how we feel it. Mine's more of a ache.
Well, different kindred, whole different things, and sometimes I'm surprised that we're even considered the same thing at all.
So we cut into the kitchen, and the woman with the red hair says, "Sir, there's
Not Sir, just Herschel.
Herschel. Yes. There's a noise
Where?
coming from upstairs. It's a locked room. We don't know it.
Oh,
Like a banging.
that's normal. It's pipes. We have pipes. There's lots of pipes in here.
Well, I didn't detect any ghosts, so.
No, we don't have ghosts. That's why we have the wards. It's the pipes. They're very old. There's lots of pipes in that room. That's why it's locked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you bluff for me, please?
Oh, absolutely.
So I think this is subterfuge and manipulation.
Okay, I can, and specifically bluffing. All right, so
You're skilled in bluffing.
Oh yeah.
Naturally.
And I'm skilled in subterfuge, and I'm skilled in manipulation.
So you're getting
An extra die.
Yep.
I replaced one with hunger. I am rolling a pool of 7.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, this is something Herschel's very good at.
And with one hunger.
With 1 hunger. All right, that's 6 are successes, right?
Yep.
4 successes.
Oh, I'm sure. Maybe I will see to getting a plumber in here to fix them.
In the meantime, I know the pipes very well. I'll take a look. Just entertain our guests. Do you know any stage magic?
No.
I don't either. Entertain them somehow. And Herschel will just without even saying a word, just turn and just go right in the room and say, "There's a matter I need to straighten his jacket. I am sorry, gentlemen. There's a matter I need to see to urgently." And he goes right out of the room without pausing.
The woman nods at Nick and Danny silently and sits down at a piano, opens it up, and begins playing the opening to Mad Worlds. Outside.
Beat stage magic.
That's it. That's what she's got.
Yep.
Yeah.
Better than what Herschel has.
I was totally expecting her to be like a classically trained 17th century pianist and Anyway.
I mean, she's classically trained.
She just used to a harpsichord.
Well, I believe I was invited. I don't know that you were. How is that gonna? Well,
So how the wards work is anyone who is not allowed in is not allowed in. We have no control over them though.
Okay.
Was I invited?
But it's one of those things where Herschel doesn't even have control over the wards.
Oh.
So we'll see if you get in.
It's going to be really interesting. So it doesn't matter if I know if I was invited or not.
Yeah, it's up to the house.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
house with the pipes.
Yeah.
Pipes.
Mimi's pretty sure she was invited and is gonna just walk right in.
Door opens.
Okay.
You walk in.
So this is the place, huh?
Yeah, it's Herschel's place.
We're in? That was easy.
Donna, and as soon as you step in, you can see a tall, dark-haired, broad-shouldered man, Nick. But the pair of you have yet to meet Danny, who's a shorter, also a dark-haired man, but slender with
But
glasses.
I knew Danny in New York.
Is that well?
Danny!
How are you? He gives you a hug.
Oh, she pulls him in tighter. So good to see you. Heard
You don't
were
smell
here.
like the Gowanus anymore.
No, I've got a new sewer.
Wow.
And this is Dee Dee. Pull out the
You've
rabbit.
got a pet.
I can talk to him now.
What happened?
Mimi's face drains if it could. It's just like it. There was an old Nosferatu. He was diablerized. That was bad. And so now I'm the only Nosferatu. And as you may have heard, I can't go back to New York, so I'm making my way here.
Right, I heard that the ex-prince might have had something to do with your banishment.
I was a highly effective New Yorker. But apparently I'm more needed here. And my skills are appreciated by Rhea and her
Oh, I'm
brothers.
sure. And hello, Danny's stood up at this, he's standing in front of you. I'm Danny, nice to meet you.
Now, sidebar. With the one in politics, would I have heard about his new position?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I know who he is.
Yep.
Okay. Donna Carmichael, formerly of the Albany Herald. Lovely to meet you.
Donna,
No longer.
Donna. Were you... I heard something about a newsletter at one point.
Different life, different times.
Oh, okay. Well, Miss Carmichael, nice to meet you.
Pleasure, yeah. How are you finding Albany? Silence speaks volumes.
Mimi giggles as she sees you struggle for words about Albany.
Exploding manhole cover incidents are down this month.
Oh.
So, you've picked a perfect time to visit.
Well, I'm not visiting, actually. I've moved here. I've taken up residence in the Albany Symphony. I'm aware of what happened there, Mimi.
Bad juju.
It's fine. The under the stage is interesting.
Yes, Nick and I went through it tonight. And he turns and you all can see Nick sitting there. Filled with Sabbat ritual relics.
Interesting.
I didn't know she had it in her.
I don't remember seeing relics, but I was very focused on everything else happening.
The Toreador, Stefani and Richard, they seem pretty eager for us not to see it. I'm sure we'll have to tell Rhea about that.
It's a tragedy, really. I mean, someone like Christine, the power she had, the influence, and the fact that she went so bad.
I mean, I've known her for decades,
Right.
or knew
It
her.
happened under all of our noses.
Prince Luca, I mean, bless them, but they didn't rule very steadfastly.
No.
Christine got to do what she wanted.
Well, she was very persuasive.
That's
And
true.
they became very complacent.
A pretty face and place of culture is invaluable. Who's going to look into that?
How are you?
Same as always.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's going. It's good to be back. I miss this place. Not this place particularly, but when you've gone through things with people, you feel that kinship. You feel that connection.
I feel the connection. I've been curious where you've been, though.
Buffalo. Going to tell you all about it. Are you over 18?
Where's your girlfriend?
We're taking a break. I mean, we can still be together. We can. We have our ways of communing, but we thought it was best to have a little bit of physical distance, if not exactly spiritual distance.
Buffalo, you said. Interesting. I'm
Yeah.
sorry not to hear about your situation as well.
It's tragic what happened there last year. The Malkavian prince rises up and then
falls.
Struck down.
Yeah. It came as a surprise. We were there to see it.
We were. It's Malkavian princes don't have a ton of experience with it, but it seems like it's a high risk, high reward type of situation.
Quentin's been ruling in Boston for ages at this point.
Well, it's the high reward then, I suppose.
Yeah.
You get those visions, you get the insight, and you can deal with the.
He's ruling with a round table. He thinks he's King Arthur come back.
Hey, there are worse things to be inspirations, I imagine.
Knights, I guess.
So, what do you think he is? There's a through line. How many souls can there possibly be in the world? Things get recycled, they get reused, they come back. It's karmic resonance or eternal return or,
Even vampires?
Probably.
I'm sure our hosts would know something about that.
Yeah, speaking of which, what was that about?
I don't know. And at that point, the woman playing Mad World kind of like looks over and then just keeps playing. I'm
gonna go over and with my very best. Oh, I don't have that etiquette anymore. Never mind. I won't. They're gonna be like, we get it.
It's a mad world, yo.
I like that song.
How many times do you like it though?
She only knows the one song.
So Herschel,
Yes.
what are you doing?
Herschel has finally gotten to he's at the door, and he has awkwardly fished into his pockets and taken out what looks like an old skeleton key.
Ooh. Is that like a bone, a skull on
It
it?
does have a skull on it, but the thing is, the lock on it, the padlock, is a brand new master lock. So he puts the skeleton, like creepy looking skeleton key into this shiny master lock and opens it up. Clearly it's a magical lock of some kind. And he goes into the room.
I'm assuming there was some sort of like steel operating table in here.
Yes, I would say there's.
Or like it's a plain wooden table that you were dissecting her on.
It's covered in plastic. This room, it's a murder. It looks like a murder room. Like everything is plastic because if you recall from the last episode, this is where Herschel ended the episode and where he came from, and how he got blood on himself. So on the way in, there's a hook that has like a butcher's apron, because like goggles and stuff, just because he doesn't want to get dirty.
The apron's gone.
Oh, he looks at the apron. He looks around, and
The body's gone. There are a few pieces left.
okay.
A hand, some toes, and an ear.
I don't think there's any other way out of this room. Is there? I would like to look around for that if possible.
Let's do something auspexy.
Cool.
Sense the unseen?
I have that.
Yes, please.
So that would be, so first off, I'm gonna do a resolve check. Oh, resolve check,
Rouse.
What?
A rouse check.
Rouse check, sorry.
Just the one die.
I have two because it's
It's an
level
amateur.
1.
Got it.
It's a level 1. I failed. So
Hunger.
I got a hunger. And now it's Auspex and Wits. Oh no, that's active. So, oh yeah, I'm actively looking.
Yeah.
So that's Auspex and Resolve for that. And let me add the proper dice. All right, with this dice pool, double checking I've actually did math right. I did.
I love math.
Math is great. Or as some people like to call it, maths.
In this country.
That's 3. So
Three
I'll keep my
successes.
3 successes, I think.
No willpower. You don't want to. Okay.
I can only re-roll up to 2. It doesn't feel worth it. You know what? I will use my willpower. I'm at home.
I know.
Why not?
Storyteller, I hear what you're saying.
I hear what you're saying. I'll do it. Great. Oh, that's one more success. That's a total of 4 successes.
Okay. So, and you maybe like put your hands out, just like, what the hell is happening? And you like start to feel these energies floating sort of in the space. But you can see that they've moved. You're feeling the traces of them as they've gone into under into a vent. Something that the AC was hooked up to before.
Great. Herschel will go to the vent, and he's a little frantic, so he's not going to bother taking it off, and he's going to, I mean, even with 1 dot in strength, I feel like that should be enough to like rip off the AC vent. He'll just rip off the vent, poke his head in, and say, "Valerie, are you in there?"
Do we hear that?
No, this room is specifically probably set, but there was
But you're
banging
yelling
happening.
into a vent.
You are.
Yeah.
Some of us have aspects, and so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have 3 dots in aspect.
If you've got aspects, you heard that.
Oh.
Okay.
For sure.
Great.
I would like to send Dee Dee to wherever.
Wait, we're being. So I see you do that, and I'm like,
I just am going to drop my rat.
okay, great.
I'm just dropping the rat.
Just be careful.
Okay, so then I don't see that.
I'm told. I look over. I'm told these.
So, you know what?
Okay.
I'm gonna go over to piano chop lady and just lay on the charm.
Okay.
All of the charm.
How much charm do you have?
Not much.
Mhm.
So wait, I'm gonna actually just sit down next to her. So like, I haven't taken piano lessons since I was a little girl. Could you show me how to play that song? Like maybe let's try a duet.
Well, it was tasked to entertain.
I realize I think I hurt your feelings before, and I feel really bad. So I'll make it up to you. Let's play a duet.
Okay then. Place your fingers here, and I'll place my fingers here, and we'll do this.
No, I actually do try. I mean, I don't have any performance, but I'm like,
well, what's your intention here?
my intention is to like, sort of like lay on a little bit of empathy and engage her in something that she seems to find pleasurable, and show myself a willing, an interested party so that her attention is all on me, and get her maybe talking like, so I'm going to try and say like, oh, like this, get it slightly wrong.
Okay.
Try and draw her out.
So manipulation and
Subterfuge, maybe.
I think so. I was gonna say insight
Could do that too, yeah.
because you're kind of calling on that. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're deaf manipulating.
It's like I'm trying to read like what she's responding to,
Right,
and
right.
like oh, like
and react
how
to
did
that.
you learn to play? Have you been playing a long time?
Well, I practice often. Back in New York, I would go to piano clubs all the time. I haven't found one here yet that I like. There's a piano
there's
club,
a
I'm
piano
sure.
club, yeah.
Do I know one? I wonder if I know
The
one.
6th largest city in New York State. Come on. Albany.
The
Love
sixth?
you.
After what are the other 4?
All right,
Might be
I'm
good
looking
for-
for 6s.
Yes.
That's nothing, so I'm gonna re-roll
Okay, spend a willpower.
per dice.
1, and you get to reroll 3 that are not
Okay.
hunger dice.
Yes.
Yonkers and-
Okay, that's 1 success.
So she's like paying attention to you. Her attention's diverted, but you're not going to get much out of it.
Yeah. Okay.
What are the two of you doing? Your rat went off.
I've dropped my rat to go.
Dee Dee?
Dee Dee.
Dee Dee Ramon.
Yes.
All right.
A silent T. It's a rat mom, but with a
Rat
silent T.
mom, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just to be clear, this is the one that Herschel knows, right?
Yes, Dee Dee's been, managed to survive and has been very loyal since I determined that I wanted a familiar.
I just wanted to know, because if Herschel runs into Dee Dee, Herschel will recognize Dee Dee and be friendly.
Oh,
I look over and like, don't
I
you-
mean, he also has a backpack, so you would know that it's not.
I mean, he would
normal
be
rat.
more friendly. Like, one rat, he'd be like, oh, that's Mimi's rat. The other one would be like, Dee Dee!
I look over and don't you hate when the host invites you over and is so busy in the kitchen that you barely see them?
Whatever he's doing in the kitchen is very spirited.
I'd like us all to have a thought to what Herschel's kitchen would look like in this metaphor. If it's a metaphor. I don't know what he...
I mean, I imagine it's pretty spare. It's, doesn't have much of a extensive palette. Imagine blood.
You start hearing
Refrigerator.
clanging coming from the kitchen. Pots and pans being pushed about, and then a yelp
That assumes there is a kitchen.
I know.
Okay.
I'll move in that direction.
Yeah, let's go
Okay.
to the kitchen. Who knew?
I think, like, at that point, piano player's like, and she looks at you.
We better investigate. Yeah, he sounds like he might need some help in there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Or do you want to, you are a guest. We're Herschel's friends. So wait here, and if anyone else comes in, just open the door.
If I open this door
welcome
and
them.
I get transported to Dagestan or like the moon, I'm going to be pretty
You shouldn't be.
pissed off, or shouldn't be
Transported.
Okay. Open the door.
What's Danny doing?
Oh, Danny's there.
Right.
He's still in the chair, just kind of looking and like, I don't. Something's not. And then you open.
we catch his eye, and it's like,
And he's like, something's not. And then you open the door, and you can see standing above a staked Tremere is Valerie, a young pale woman wearing just a bloody butcher's smock, an apron over her naked body. She's missing a hand as well as an ear, and you can see that like she's kind of limping because she's missing like several toes on one foot, the big foot included, and she's like just standing over, like looking. Well, actually, she's not standing over. She's on him with a knife, sucking at his skin. You're upstairs.
Yes.
You've yelled into the vent.
I'm in the vent.
You've crawled in.
Yes. Herschel's taken off his jacket. He hasn't taken off his bow tie, and I would say by now he's inside the vent.
Okay. So you're probably like moving down.
Yep.
So, like you've like come to a point where you just kind of like drop down and keep moving. And then you hear that yelp from further along the vent.
Do I recognize that yelp?
It's probably one of your
Do I recognize
minions.
the voice?
Reginald.
Oh, I just say, Reginald, I'm coming! And just like, I try to go even faster, but I don't go much faster.
Right. And all the meanwhile, little Didi Ramon with his backpack.
It's a tracker, but in his backpack.
Is like hopping up the stairs, going upstairs,
While
the second floor.
I'm picturing if we did like a cross section, Herschel's going down the stairs while Dee Dee's going up the stairs.
Exactly. And Valerie's like sucking, and you can see like that ear slowly just start to grow back.
Oh,
yay.
that's creepy.
And then she looks up at all of you with fire in her eyes.
I'm gonna rush in there and grab her.
What do you do?
I was gonna go like, oh my god, like I thought you were dead. You were consumed in a conflict. What the fuck are you doing? Okay, I'm just gonna like grab say like, what the fuck do we do? Like, don't say anything. You know, like whisper in your ear like, this could be a really big problem. You need to like chill out. There's nowhere to go.
And she's like, where am I?
Don't worry about that. Just stay calm. Nick, when he comes out of that vent, you need to grab that motherfucker. This is not okay.
We don't even know what's happening here.
I know exactly what's happening. This asshole is
Bang,
kidnapping
bang, bang from the vent above.
this fucking treacherous asshole doing unlicensed, unaccounted for, and unethical experimentation on innocent people.
You are making a lot of assumptions right now. What we've seen
She's
right
probably right.
The piano player rushes over to Reginald and she's like,
Is this what the fuck you people do in your chantries?
Reginald's dead! And he like, at that point, to dust. As Valerie has consumed the last of him. She's like, oh, did I do that?
Yeah, yes. No, seriously, what the fuck is going on? You think this is okay?
the only crime I've seen committed is the kindred you've got in your hands right there. I pointed at Valerie.
You're seeing all of this from the vent above. Now, I need you to make some sort of stealth.
I do have stealth.
Okay.
Stealth and dexterity.
Roll it.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm not great at it, but I can do it.
Okay. Don't forget, you can always use blood to up some of these actions.
We heard him banging the
Yeah.
entire way, so what is he hiding?
Well,
from?
hold on. Let's give him a chance to maybe not have banged as loudly.
I mean, I could use my
Unbang.
blood sorcery
You did
to
just
do
be able
that.
to yell down the vent.
Yeah.
Yes, but we may not necessarily know that he's in there just yet.
Reginald, I'm coming. Who said?
I'm gonna
that's
hold
true.
on. I'm gonna re-roll 2 of mine because
Okay.
I can. That's 2 successes.
Okay, you hear him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at most I could have gotten 3,
I
but
just wanted to double check.
It was worth a shot.
I think at that point you probably all maybe look up and you can see Herschel's eyes staring down at you. from
Actually, you
the
should
vent
come
above.
down here. You've got a lot of questions to answer.
I'm not exactly sure how. Physically, that's the issue. I don't know how to. And Herschel, it's an old vent, and he starts banging on it a little bit.
No!
But he can't get through it.
No! And Valerie moves back towards the oven and she looks at it and just grabs one of the handles and turns on the gas.
Nick, a little help. I'm stuck.
I'm gonna turn it back off and just hold her hand.
Get back! She's going to stop you from doing that.
Abysmal.
Is that so?
Yes. So let's do strength and brawl.
Okay.
We're going to go against each other. Why am I
I'm
doing
rolling
this?
2 hunger days. So that's
She's probably at... No, she's only at... Let's put her at 2 now, because she just fed on that guy.
Is she a vampire?
She's a thin blood.
Oh.
That's why she had to cut
good.
him
Oh my
to
god,
feed.
then.
I
That
thought
was,
Herschel
yeah.
did not know that. Or maybe he did.
That's a messy critical.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was just deciphering the symbols for a minute. That's a messy critical. So as you go to stop her and turn the oven off and grab her hands, she pushes you up and back, throws you
Great.
across the room. You're gonna hit the wall and take 1 point of bashing damage. Just regular, just 1 slash on your thing. Great. That was yours. Mimi, Nick?
I don't know that I necessarily have a stake in this.
Okay,
but
I step,
Unintended.
so she gets thrown back. I'm gonna bring out my claws.
Mimi?
It's a rouse.
I mean,
Oh, go for it.
if he's got his claws out, I'm gonna wait and see what happens.
Okay.
I failed. Did I get any hunger back from what I drank in the thermos?
Yes,
Okay, so I'm back to 2 again.
Did you drink
Okay.
the whole thermos?
I really did.
pretty much.
Yeah, that's good news for Mimi. So
I'm not
fine
a
with
good.
it.
The baby's blood.
I'm not a particularly gracious guest, I suppose, but
Right.
I am about to get into combat in the kitchen, so maybe.
Danny's like, what the hell's going on? And then Valerie turns to the fire and moves her hands, and it grows larger and larger, and she throws it at the vents. And that is where we'll take our break. Ah.
Chaos. Madness.
Dear viewers, we will be back in 5 to 10 minutes. I feel like we need to put a countdown on this. We should set a timer. Sometimes we go over because we're so excited. But thank you for sticking with us. We will be back very soon. We're streaming till 11, so don't change that dial
Do not adjust your set.
or URL. We'll see you soon. Welcome back. As Valerie, the thin blood, sends a jet of flame through infernal magic somehow up towards the vent in the kitchen where Herschel is inside and the rest of our kindred are here inside the kitchen. I need everyone, all 4 of you, to roll against frenzy. Yeah.
So I've got 5 and then plus 2. Okay, so that's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're looking for 6s as usual.
Yes, we need successes. Give me 2 successes.
All right.
That's it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Oh, you are cool as a cuke.
Because I am focused on Valerie, not like destroying what remains of her like very tortured afterlife.
Nice.
I'm using a willpower. I'm 1 away from it.
You're gonna need it.
Yep.
It's just 2.
Just 2. Got it. Barely.
All right.
Barely.
Okay.
Roll.
Yeah, just 2, but I got, no, 3.
There you
Fine.
go.
Fine.
And Nick?
It's a terrible roll.
You got 2.
But I got 2.
I'm gonna roll for Danny.
All right.
Danny in the room? I thought Danny was bad. Didn't tell me.
Close enough. He's got 2 successes,
Oh, good
so
enough.
What
he,
about
all
Piano
fine.
Lady?
he'll be fine. Piano Lady is not inside the room. Well, no, she ran into
Yeah,
Reggie.
she was holding the body.
Okay, Piano Lady. We need a name for her.
Tabitha.
Tabitha fails.
Oh no.
So Tabitha and just runs out the back door.
Shit.
Gone. She's into the night. Oh, shit.
Goodbye,
Tabitha, we
Tabitha.
hardly knew you.
Yeah, I know. Tabitha, we just named you.
She'll be back. Don't worry.
With a string of masquerade breeches hot in her heels.
I mean, she's not celerity fast. She's just running in heels.
Screaming.
However,
Probably happens a lot in this neighborhood.
oh sure, the flame hits the vent, beginning to heat up the metal inside.
Okay.
Herschel, I need you to make stamina
Okay.
plus athletics.
Stamina. Oh, I actually have athletics. I was gonna say, could I rouse the blood before this?
No.
I didn't think so, but I'm still gonna roll this one. That's 2 successes.
Okay, you don't take any damage. You're able to keep your skin tough as the metal's heating up, but you only have so much longer before it gets hotter.
Now may I rouse my blood?
Let's
Okay.
go into initiative.
I was gonna say, I think at this point, Mimi now feels there are some stakes in this situation.
I should hope so.
But Mimi's skills, as usual, are, potence and grappling, so she's just
Right.
gonna try and tackle.
Can you hand me a pencil out of the thing? And then Scott, take us through how initiative works, please.
Depends on are we using advanced or basic?
Basic.
Okay, basic is you just kind of
basic.
go in descending order of who's doing what, and so characters who are far away with range attacks would go first, and then and people fighting would make rolls simultaneously, kind of thing.
So kind of OSR style.
A little bit. It's not 100% clear. But
Got
it's
it.
Many things in this.
Got it. Well, so Herschel's gonna go last then.
That's fine.
I think Donna, you were thrown back across the room, so at this point you are the furthest away. Mimi and Nick are kind of in the center of things, middling essentially. So let's start with Donna. What do you do?
Oh, okay, we were going in reverse order. Okay. I have no freaking clue what I'm doing. This would be a great time to have, presents, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. Can I do, again, yeah, I'm going to try to, I'm actually going to leave the room. This is no, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
No,
She's gonna let
give
it
up.
die.
I'm not gonna let you die, but I've got a passenger, and I want somebody else to see what's going on.
Yes.
I'm going to run up the room. I'm going to. What do the stairs look like? It's like row house stairs, like they are here.
Right. So it's up on right as soon as you walk in that door, it goes up along the side, and this is a duplex, remember. So as soon as you get up to the top, it opens up to both
I'm
sides
gonna
of the
take
house.
those stairs in one leap. I'm just gonna poof potence up those, soaring leap up those stairs.
Okay, I think you just.
I think it just happened,
I
but I
don't know
can
if there's a
check.
rouse check.
I'm not jumping. I know you can use it to like jump straight up,
Right.
which I'm not really
I
doing.
think it
But
just happens.
Yeah, I think level 1 potence just
yeah.
happened.
Okay,
Yeah.
double
Okay.
check for me as
All
we
right.
move on to.
yeah, so I'm
would
gonna
say
jump up there
if
and
you
I'm
have
just
at
gonna
least a
run
point of athletics, it
into
happens.
the top room and look around,
Okay.
and we see what we saw before.
Right. And we'll come back. So next we move on to Mimi and Nick.
Okay, I'm moving forward. While she was throwing the fire up, I was coming in with claws.
Right.
So I don't know if she's in a position to oppose. Like, is she gonna? Can she? I think she can do like a athletics for like a dodge, but
Yeah.
I don't know if she's dodging or if she's,
She's dodging.
Okay, so that's probably a dex athletics again, opposed by my brawl.
That sounds about right.
Okay, and I've got a +2 to my brawl because I've got my claws out. So
She's still got some hunger.
good for her. It's gonna be that. That's strength,
Oof.
and that's.
She doesn't have a lot of this though.
Okay, well, I'm not the best at this, but
I mean, she's a nerd. Oh, one success.
I've got 4, and I'm going to
You can only reroll that one if you spend.
spend that one.
That one wasn't that one a 7?
It
You
was
knocked
actually
it?
knocked
Yeah.
it. Yeah, so I've got 4. 4. I'll go with 4.
Okay, so you beat her by 3.
Yes, I do 3 damage, and it's superficial because of the claws, but it does not get halved.
Okay, good to know. So
So when I come moving in with like I throw a jab with the claws to try to catch her in the face and blind her, and then I throw a like jab uppercut combo. So I throw a jab to the face, and then I try to dig my claws in like down into like her like floating rib,
Right.
and control her that way.
right. And you pull her like away from the oven where
Yeah.
she had sent that stream. Her hand's no longer bending in those strange shapes, but the stream is static, hitting the vent, unmoving.
Okay.
But she's
Her
taking
or just in. Is it still sourced from her? Or is it sourced from the stove?
the stove. But it seems like that's not changing just because she's not focusing on it anymore. So she's ripped up. I mean, you already see that like there are these seams that are essentially closing on
Oh, no.
her,
Okay.
and you've kind of reopened it. Mimi.
She actually seems fairly tied up, entangled in whatever is going on with Nick over here. So I don't know that I want to go for her. This fire seems bad.
Yes. Fire bad.
Fire bad. Yeah, this is very physical for Mimi. This is not where her expertise lies.
Turn off the stove.
Yeah, I think that is a good call. Mimi's gonna go try to turn off the stove. Step 1.
Okay. Yeah. Based on your roll to resist the terror, you're able to like get around her and just turn it off, and then the stream.
That was very effective.
Pretty simple. Herschel, the vent is still quite like it's like red at this point, even though she's just turned it off. It's still got that residual heat. So please give me another stamina and athletics check.
Okay, another one.
Mm-hmm.
This time I am going to rouse to add another die to this pool.
Cool.
I get hunger, but I do get the die, and I don't add the hunger until after this roll.
Yep.
Which is fine because I got 2 successes.
2 successes.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the metal's even hotter at this
great.
point. So you take 1 point of aggravated damage.
Okay.
These burns are up here or like come up on your arms as you're kind of just leaning on this thing.
So I have 2 questions. One, is she in the line of sight of me? Can I see her?
Mm-hmm.
And 2, would you as the storyteller say I could rouse the blood and do something, or could I only rouse my blood? I mean blood of potency.
One, you could do blood potency or something else.
Have I seen her heal herself quickly?
Not yet.
Okay, I'm gonna do blood of potency then.
Okay.
First I need to do a rouse check.
Casting spells.
Um,
Blood mages.
Double checking that I do not get my rouse reroll on this. Oh, that's fine. I'm fine. And now I do resolve and blood sorcery, and I have to beat a 2. No, I have to beat a 3.
Oh boy.
Well, I still get to roll 6 dice.
That's not bad. But, I mean, 5. Anything's possible.
Yep. I'm fine. I am gonna spend a willpower though. To reroll. I have 2.
Just as a heads up, just if you roll another 10, that turns into a messy critical.
That's fine
Okay.
because if I get a critical, awesome things happen for me. Also, if I get a messy critical, let's see what happens. Because also, who knows? Oh, that doesn't happen. I get 4 successes, which is not a critical.
But your blood potency goes up.
It goes up, but I don't get like my awesome bonuses I was shooting for.
Right. So Herschel's up in the vent burning.
Yeah.
But casting spells successful.
Yeah, I would say it's the same. From the last episode, it's the same shot where it's like this time it's like not close-ups of like inside his blood. It's just like the weird, eerie things start going redder than they should be.
Right. At this point, Valerie, who's like, she's got Scott's claws like in her stomach. I think she brings her hands up to your face.
Okay.
And I'm gonna need you to, I'm making shit up at this point. Make a resolve and willpower check for me, please.
Okay.
Just making shit up. Whatever.
That's how we do.
Resolve plus my current willpower?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Val. You got this.
Willpower's pretty high right now.
There we go. Messy crits. I'll take it. No, it's just a regular. It's just a success. It's not a messy crit. I wish.
How many successes?
How many have you got?
I've got 6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay. So, she only had 3. So, as she grabs your head, these visions begin to flood your mind. Awful, terrible visions of plague, disease, death, massacre, bombs going off, exploding, fear flooding your system, but you're able to just like shake it up.
I fortify the inner facade,
Oh yeah.
and I have unswayable mind.
Oh yeah.
So I like suddenly my brain just shuts down, and I'm gonna reach out and draw the claws up under her chin and start slashing down at her femoral arteries. I gotta get the blood out of her fast.
Oh. Okay. Roll for it.
Okay.
I just don't get to have friends.
You pick really shady people to be friends with.
You pick people that try to summon demons to kill everyone as friends.
I mean, if we're gonna be so judgmental.
If our choices are people who chop folks up for fun,
1, 2,
summon
3, 4,
demons,
5
or like,
successes.
Should none.
I'm
Okay.
just friends
So
with
I
rats
do
now.
Rats are good.
The rats are good.
5
I didn't understand before.
non-halved superficial.
Well, shit. Okay, so at this point, you hear her, Donna. You hear her scream as he begins tearing into her some more. You are upstairs, looking around. You can see 1 or 2 Tremere like kind of coming out of rooms, like, what the hell is going on? And they look at you and they're like, intruder! What do you do?
all right, again, how do you play this game? 1 second here. I didn't know there were people up here, but that's okay.
Turn on the charm again.
Yep.
That always works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you can make a new friend who'll try to kill the rest of us.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a great idea.
Cloud memory only works on 1 person, right?
Right.
Aw, butts. So,
Very nice.
like, what's happening out here?
Try to avoid her healing.
I'm gonna just say, like, I'm sorry. Are you intruding in the affairs of the leader of this house? Who asked you your opinion? Get back to what you were doing. If we need you, we'll summon you.
Roll charisma plus intimidation, and add 2 dice to this.
Okay.
As you feel Esmeralda's presence,
Hey.
her
Okay,
presence boosting yours.
Oh.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. 3 successes.
3 successes, so they're like, should we just...
Leave!
And they just shut their doors and leave you alone.
Oh, can't get good help these days.
And you can hear Esmeralda's voice, keep moving, closer, closer.
Okay, I do that. I am not happy about this.
No, I know. You can feel her moving.
Yeah, I'm just like, you lead the way. I'm gonna go somewhere else. I'm gonna like chat with the cobwebs while we do this. I don't think it actually works that way. But
back downstairs, Mimi. Valerie looks almost incapacitated at this point.
I'm just gonna turn it. Nikki, what is she?
I have no idea. But she's a clearly kindred though. She's drinking the blood. She took out a kindred. She drank blood. I'm freaking out.
Ooh.
And then I look and I think I look over the dusty pile. I'm like, steak now.
There is one there. Yeah.
Okay, I'll run and get the steak. I will throw it to Nick. I don't think I'm really weirded out by this. So I'm throwing the steak at
Herschel.
Has Herschel tried to stake the corpse?
You're still in the vent.
No, like previously when he was doing experiments. Do you think Herschel? I think Herschel would have.
Sure.
Herschel would shout down, "That's not gonna work. I believe that you should try something else, and I'm going to try to curdle the blood within her veins."
Okay.
I'm using the blood sorcery power Extinguish Vitae.
Okay.
First, I need to do a rouse check. Let me double check to see. It's a level 2, so I do not get my reroll. I do get hungrier. She needs to do. It's a contested roll.
Okay.
It's stamina and composure for her against my intelligence and blood sorcery.
Oh!
Whoa.
That sounded good.
For who?
Well, we're about to find out.
It was a 10 and a fail. So nothing actually.
I'm gonna reroll again.
that's it for your willpower.
No, I have one more.
You had 2 at one point. Yeah. Okay.
Because I just gotten to 2.
Right.
So now I have one more.
He's using it all.
My last willpower.
The next frenzy. He's fucked.
Yep. And that's a messy crit.
Oh boy.
And I will say for the spell, on a critical, I increase her hunger by 2.
Okay. So describe your spell, and I'll describe the results. You're up in the vent.
Yep, I'm up in the vent. Herschel's he's sweating. There's sweat just dripping down his face because it's
Blood sweat.
It's actually as he's getting hungrier. As this is happening, it's it looks like sweat, and then it's actually glistening red. And then Herschel reaches out towards the fire against his better judgment and will, and he's fighting it. And he just reaches towards her. Well, the red hot vent. He reaches towards it and then just makes a claw and then twists.
And she's in she's kind of in your claws are in her, I guess.
Got one up in her neck and the other's in her leg.
Right. So you can see that the whatever color is in her face, it starts to drain, and she's and then eventually she just falls to the ground, unconscious once more.
Okay. If we're no longer in the, I grab the steak and I plant it, which just incapacitates her.
Yes.
Oh.
It's just stunning.
What you were saying before, you may have staked her before.
Yep.
That means that she couldn't move, but when you took it back out, she could move again. Staking is a.
Well, this was I staked her corpse.
Right, but I'm saying even if she was kindred at the time, it doesn't kill her. It wouldn't have killed her. It would have made her not move, but she wasn't moving anyway.
Right. So
now but while she's staked, she's
Herschel was going off of the fact that like when he staked the corpse, nothing happened.
Okay, so I've got like blood up to like my elbows, there
are pot holders in the second drawer to the right near the island.
It's not time for light conversations, Herschel.
The vent is very hot.
Then you know what? Stay.
Mimi will go for the pot holders.
They look like roosters.
Okay.
Mimi gets the pot holders and climbs on top of the stove and flings them into the vent.
Okay, I guess Herschel will like put on the roosters and just start bashing on like the
I wish
vent.
there were lobsters.
I'm just picturing this like it's the head.
Well, why would there be lobsters in the Jewish Tremere Chantry?
Yeah, exactly. That's why they're roosters. They're chickens. There's like you got the head, and then there's like the feathers on the back.
While you're bashing, I might just like jump up and like try to pull down with my clawed hand, and it's like even if it burns, like I want to rip that down so you can get down here.
In comparison, I think you get it before I do.
Right.
So
and plus I have some resilience, so maybe it's not as bad.
Donna, you're being pushed ever forward by the presence of Esmeralda until you find yourself in what must be Herschel's office.
Less blood here. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I recover my senses.
Yes.
I'm gonna tear this place up.
I know you are.
There's posters of punk rock bands. And
Yeah, I tear that shit down.
old dusty books. And there's, I would say there's probably a decorative skull.
I don't care about your fucking decorative skull. I want like lab notebooks.
So you start going through things?
Yeah.
Hurry,
So,
hurry. You can hear Esmeralda's voice.
I have my Hero Tandy haversack. I don't. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for exactly.
Oh no, are you trained in academics?
I'm not trained in academics, but I am in not trained, but I have
Points.
in investigation.
Great.
Yeah, so wits.
Wits and investigation, please.
Okay. And this is like, it's like a journalism thing. Like, I don't know exactly what I'm not looking for a thing, but I'll know it when I see it.
Right.
Okay, that's 5.
Can I oppose this check with I'm thinking like an intelligence, like something with how
You're
Herschel.
an event, motherfucker.
No, I'm thinking of like previously how Herschel would have hidden.
I know, but
All
we've
right.
got 40 minutes left.
I'm
trying to tell a
I've got
story.
1 success. I'm gonna re-roll.
Okay.
Oh, that didn't help. Okay.
I just went out of character to say
fine.
that.
All right. I think I spent a willpower earlier, didn't I?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 2. Yeah, it's just 1 success. It's so frustrating. Can I re-roll again?
No.
Okay.
No.
Not on this one.
Ah.
So he, those decorative fucking skulls are really distracting.
They're really everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. So you're going through, maybe you find some spell books. It looks like maybe he's been researching infernalism or potential myths of what happens to vampires after they die. But I think that's about
I knew that.
You also read, maybe you're reading something about Chaldunic sorcery.
Yeah, I would also say that you definitely find out that the skulls are made of plaster.
Sure.
They're from like Sears or Target.
Back in the kitchen, Danny's like, "What the fuck? Who is that?"
Okay. Allow me to explain. That was Valerie.
Talk faster. She still is.
It's confusing. If you remember, Nick, back when we were in the sewers, and there were those demons, she was one of the ones summoning them. She was actually, I believe, if she wasn't the ringleader, she was second in command or something like that. Then, when she died, she didn't die.
She didn't die?
No. So then I took her body. Because...
Does she look like a body?
No.
She looks like one of us.
Yes.
She looks like Kindred.
Yes.
So it looks like you took a Kindred as a captive.
No.
With no permission from your prince.
Well, was she Camarilla?
No, but she... Okay.
Well, that doesn't matter then.
Well,
it matters the fact that she didn't know about it.
This is the first time she's moved.
This didn't happen here, did it? Not in Albany.
Yes. It was in the sewers. It was, remember when Nick and I would talk to the technomages, the one that shot me in the chest, and then we went in the sewers. It was a long story. They summoned demons. Akram was there. He jumped in to save Sadie, and then they died. But that was beside the point.
So she wasn't Kindred then. Did you turn her?
No.
Tell me now.
Absolutely not.
Then how does this happen?
That's why I'm studying her.
As someone who's not a member of the Ivory Tower, she has no rights. Those are the rules now.
We don't. Dude, I don't know her. For all we don't know.
Nick, if I may,
Where'd Donna go?
Shit.
Donna, we'll finish this later. My thought is we should have Rhea make the decision.
Mimi?
Wait, just what is up with Dee Dee, by the by?
Oh yeah, where is Dee Dee?
Where is Dee Dee?
Did you make it up the stairs yet?
We're probably hanging out.
Dee Dee's definitely probably was in the hallway sniffing around, saw Donna and was following after her and is watching her. So Dee Dee, let's make some sort of
Animalism check.
animalism.
Animalism in what?
Add your wits.
Okay.
Can you see through his eyes?
That is not a
Can you-
thing.
No.
No, that-
Well, how many dots in animalism do you have?
I have 2 in animalism and 2 in wit.
Okay.
And I've got 1.
You could probably do it with some aspects or something.
We'll see.
I've only got one
This is we're
notch
trying to emulate Dee Dee's own unnatural intelligence,
Yeah.
Right.
which is small, but it is also an undead rat.
Non-zero.
Yes.
That's smarter than you.
Hey.
That would be 3
like pizza.
successes and 1 is critical, but that doesn't matter if it's only 1,
No.
right? Yeah. So 3 successes.
It's not the hunger that's critical.
No.
Okay. So
Really good roll.
3 successes is still enough. There is this crown molding along the floor. This, I think that's what it is, right? Molding.
Yeah.
And you hear this little thud. And you can see Dee Dee, this little rat with a backpack, has just bumped its head against the mold and this little secret compartment has opened up.
You that's clutch.
Oh, Dee Dee.
I picked the smartest rat.
Obviously.
Of course you did.
All right. I hear the thud. I go over there. I'm not stupid, so I'm just gonna check it out as quickly as I possibly can before I reach in.
You can see some what look like notebooks in there.
I take them.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great.
And I turn down to Dee Dee and I'm like, no one saw this. Tell me, we'll talk about it later. I close up the compartment again. And I stick them in my handbag that I am carrying.
Great. Little black bag.
I want to use. I'm trying to figure out which exact aspect skill Herschel would use to figure out where Donna has gone. Whether he would use Sense the Unseen or try to get a premonition. He'll get a premonition.
Okay.
He'll go for it.
Okay.
I'm going to rouse the blood.
This is a hungry motherfucker.
I got it.
We're gonna see. Something's gonna happen.
Oh,
How many
yeah.
hunger are you rolling with?
3. Okay. I have very little willpower this time. Last time I had I had a lot of hunger and plenty of willpower. This time it's the other way around.
Right.
So now I use resolve plus aspects. 3. Okay, great.
An unseen passage doesn't help me with this, right?
I got 3 successes.
Not with the premonition.
No.
Oh,
3
you're trying to-
3
successes.
successes. One of them was a hunger die, but I did not get a crit.
Close though.
You shut your eyes.
Wait, I roll 1 more because of my blood. I forgot.
Right, the potency.
Yep. Still 3 successes.
You close your eyes and you see the Empire State Plaza and the reflecting pool. And as it gets closer and closer and closer, you can see a form laying inside. She looks familiar. You saw her in Brooklyn last weekend. That Malkavian woman, Esmeralda.
I was looking for Donna.
Yes.
I'm very confused. Nick, do you remember an older Malkavian went by Esmeralda?
Sounds like an unusual changing of the subject.
Yes. I was trying to find Donna, and I found her.
Well, where is she?
I don't know. Oh, Esmeralda? She's in the pool.
Sure. Okay.
Donna? I
You have
have
a
no
pool?
idea. No. She's in the reflecting pool in the plaza.
Oh yeah, I left her there.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, she wanted to go there.
I got an idea. Donna.
I don't think yelling someone's name is a very good idea, Nick.
What?
Oh, she's upstairs? I go right upstairs.
I'm already on my way down.
Okay.
So we all run back in the living room,
Yeah.
Clue style,
I'm dragging.
running around
I'm
the
gonna keep
rooms.
going.
Up the stairs.
Yeah,
I'm not letting. I'm like.
because if Donna goes down the stairs, I'm figuring out where she came
Do
from.
you have Dee Dee?
Yeah, we're chilling. Actually, no, we're not. Dee Dee's following behind me, or we never saw each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so Herschel just runs up.
No,
I just-
Oh
passed
no, you
Donna.
don't. I blocked the stairs.
And
This
I
is my home. I would kindly ask you to let me pass in my own home.
Nick, should I do that?
I draw my gun.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Danny's like, whoa, 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 whoa,
Nick,
whoa.
there's no need for the gun.
Look, I get that you're sheriff and you're worried about the traditions being broken, but we need to talk first.
Agreed. So I'd like to not let a potential criminal
Go upstairs to incinerate.
Someone may
weird
come
evidence.
with me if they are so concerned. Anyone may come with
I
me.
think that we should get the prince involved before we do anything else. I say extremely sanctimoniously.
In that case, excuse me, I have one final thing to say to the Tremere here. Tremere, can you please make sure that Donna does not leave the Chantry?
This isn't my home.
Yes, but it is mine.
Why would I want to stay at your
You-
stupid home with all these creepy animal skulls?
How about we all stick together right now because we're all witnesses and potential suspects in some kind of conspiracy. Like I'd like to get to the bottom.
I agree.
Reasonable?
That is very reasonable.
How about that, Danny?
Well-
let's all go upstairs and see where we wanted to see.
I think that, and then at that point, everything happens.
What?
In the center of your perception, a swirling begins.
Everyone is
You're all perceiving it differently, but it's almost like someone's taking a wet paintbrush and like moving, and so all the colors in the room start to like smear and shift and change until you can't see anything. It's just that same sepia tone, and all of the taxidermied animals in this room are swirling around, just hypnotizing you. And when you all come to, you are in rooms alone by
What?
yourselves.
I'm sorry, what?
These rooms are bare for the most part. There is like a bed and a desk and a closet. Maybe a small window up top. Herschel, you were in your office.
Is
but
it in the state that Donna left it in?
It's in a state.
Like, is it posters ripped, door open, paper strewn?
It is not.
Okay.
It is picture perfect, as you would expect it to see. Okay. Mimi, you're in this blank room by yourself, but there's a little
Oh, good.
Yay.
and crawling and like tugging at your ankle
Okay.
is Dee Dee. I just put it together. Mimi and Dee Dee. Got it.
Well,
What?
and yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was purposeful.
It was.
Okay.
I mean, otherwise he'd have been Joey or.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I think first you'd check for her phone.
It's there. It's no signal.
Okay.
No bars.
With Feral Whispers, it doesn't cost me anything to talk to my familiar.
Yep.
So if he's pulling at my leg, I'd like to see what he has to say.
What happened? Where are we?
Shit, I don't know. You said there's a window?
At the very top, just a single pane. And not a whole, not very like
I'd like
wide.
to put DD on the ledge and see what he can see.
The mirror is that sort of textured, kind of pearly thing that makes it impossible to see out.
Can I try and smash it?
Yes.
I would like to try and smash it.
Do you have potence?
I do.
You do. You smash it. Right?
Okay, now I'd like to put DD on the sill and see what he can see.
It looks like the backyard. There's an alley that goes between the two sets of row houses on this block. And that's it.
Oh, I don't like this at all.
No.
Well, not that we know.
I suppose I'm going to send DD to go get help, and help in that case, probably more rats. I'd rather have more rats than one rat, so rat swarm. Sending DD for more rats.
Okay, I'll try. I'll do my best. And he like goes along a little ramp and like scurries down a rain pipe. Mimi, Donna, sorry.
Other Dee.
You are in a similar looking room.
Yeah.
The window.
I've got all my stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So, am I still, do I still have Esmeralda hitching a ride?
You don't sense her anymore.
Alright. So, she was able to sort of vaguely communicate with me. I wonder if I can vaguely communicate with her. I'm going to try to reverse the process. It's not in here, so I think I need the book.
You want some aspects?
Yeah, it's
What are you looking for?
Aspects 3, share senses.
I do not have that.
I have it.
I just need the...
One rouse check.
Okay.
And then you're going to roll resolve plus aspects.
Okay, and rouse is just 1 die.
Yep.
Okay, got a 9, so hunger goes up. No, hunger stays where it is. And then resolve and aspects. Okay. So it's going to be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4.
When used on a stranger, it requires line of sight. However, it can be used over longer distances on someone who still has some of the user's blood in their body.
Oh, no.
Interesting. Let's try it.
We'll see what happens. That is... Ooh. Does 2 successes mean a critical?
2 tens?
2 zeros.
It counts as 4 successes.
Okay, and one of them's a hunger die.
So it's a messy critical.
Critical. So...
Well, something's gotta happen.
Yeah, something. Ooh.
You open your eyes. You're laying on a floor, cold. You can see the ceiling, an vent that's open. You can barely move your head and look down and see a wooden stake sticking out of your chest.
Oh, what?
You're in Valerie's body.
That's not what I wanted.
It's not.
Oh, but... where am I? Am I in the kitchen?
Yes. The only reason you realize that the only reason that she's able to like open her eyes and like move around is because you're controlling her now.
Is it a control or is it like a gentle nudge?
It's a push. Yeah, gentle nudge.
Is there anyone else in this room?
No.
I'm gonna take the steak out. If like, can we? I'm like, come on, just take it out. Come on, you can do it.
Willpower and resolve.
Willpower? Where's willpower?
Lower.
Okay.
Your current willpower.
Willpower and resolve. Okay. Resolve. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 6.
Donna's gonna do what Donna's gonna do.
Gonna get us all killed.
Malkavian wildcard up in this bitch.
Absolutely.
That's 1 success.
Oh, that's enough
Yeah.
for you to just pull it out, and then
The link is broken.
the connection's over.
No one knows I had anything to do with that.
Nick.
And the last thing I'm just gonna say, like, So like, it may not seem like it. You have a lot of life ahead of you. Don't fuck it up. I'd like to put my leadership specialty oomph behind that.
Okay. Noted. Duly noted.
Duly noted. Yeah.
All right. Nick, you are in a similar room. Alone. Empty.
Alright. I go, am I still armed?
Yeah, you've got all your things.
Okay. I go to the door. Is it locked?
It is not.
Okay. I open it.
You open it up into...
Am I still covered with like blood up to my...
You are.
So I like put like a sticky hand on like and open the door.
The door opens into a similar bedroom, and Danny's standing there, and he turns around. Hey! Oh, what the fuck?
Great question.
I told you these places are weird.
Yeah.
And he like comes over to the door and like looks through. It's just the same room.
Is there any other rooms out of here?
And he turns around. This is the one door.
Okay, I have Sense the Unseen. I've got Unswayable Mind and Fortify the Inner Facade. I know these are like I'm throwing these around. One of them allows me to hard to intimidate. But the Fortify the Inner Facade gives me rolls against like things that actually attack my mental, like telepathy or scry and stuff like that. So and with the Sense the Unseen, I'm trying to like basically look through an illusion or shake off anything like trying to cloud my mind.
I understand.
Power or
Passively, you would be rolling, for Sense the Unseen, passively you roll wits and your aspects.
Yeah.
What is this? Fortify. This is level 3 Fortitude.
Yep.
Increases the difficulty of certain powers. It's free. The rules allow the users to add their Fortitude rating to their dice pool instead. Okay, roll Sense the Unseen.
Okay.
But use your Fortitude instead of Aspects.
Okay. Alright. And just the Fortitude?
Yeah, Wits plus...
Oh, Wits, okay.
Wits plus Fortitude.
Very nice.
I'm assuming that's better for you.
It is.
Okay.
Alright. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Whoa! Yeah. I don't know. What do we see?
Do I recognize a different way out? There's like a door that was kind of like just was there the whole time that we just weren't seeing, kind of thing.
Yes.
So I just kind of like see it. I walk over. I pull my gun out, and I like just open a door that no one had noticed before.
Yeah. And Danny's like, whoa, what the? And as soon as you grab the handle, it like appears to him.
Okay.
And you open it up.
I open the door and go out.
All right. You're in the hallway of the upper floor. Herschel.
I also have Sense the Unseen,
Mm-hmm.
but what Herschel's going to be actively doing, so if it's cool, I'd also like to roll the passive to see if he's able to snap out of it on his own, is he's going to just do Premonition again.
Go for it.
So first I'm going to just do the passive one real quick.
Right. I don't think you need to worry. This is your chantry. You know how to work this space.
Because this is weird. This is not something that's happened to me before.
It's not uncommon in chantries for there to be...
But has this happened to me before?
You probably didn't know that a backup plan was initiated in the wards.
Yeah, because the wards are out of my control.
Yeah.
Also, do you know exactly what happened?
No.
Like you're just like,
Well,
I got zapped.
Yeah.
I got booped.
I mean, like, I do know, like, I am very good at occult.
Right.
And I'm very smart, so there's a chance I know what happened. So why don't I roll that?
Okay.
To see...
I was like, you don't like, you could just be like, whoa, like maybe they blanked out my memory and I'm just like back in my office.
Or it was all a dream.
It was all a dream. Terrible dream.
2 successes to know what it is. Oh wait, I get to roll... Do I get to... Let me see. No, that's discipline. But I'm going to blood search that.
Okay.
I get to roll 2 for my rouse check. I failed. That doesn't help. So I only have 2 successes.
Okay.
But 2 successes to know what happened.
Definitely the emergency lever was pulled. It
Cool.
separates guests and puts them into spaces where they can calm down.
Great. So
Time out. Really?
Yeah.
yeah. So knowing that, I'm gonna try to scry Donna again with my premonition.
All right.
So another resolve check. I failed again. Now I'm at full hunger, by the way.
Oh, good.
I just got to full.
What could go wrong?
Oh, everything. So that's 4. I add 1.
Jonah's the one who's like, the only one, like, he's like, I'm gonna like burn through all my resources,
Yeah.
tearing this.
Hey,
It's a blood mage.
it makes for a
Yeah,
good
so that's
game.
1, 2, 3. Resolve plus aspects. Where's my resolve? All right.
Oh my god, that's a lot of red dice.
Oh yeah, but I get to roll a lot of dice total.
This is a scry. This is like a weird vision.
Yeah, it's Premo.
It's a primo. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
4 successes.
A premonition
Yeah.
of what's going to happen in the future.
Let's go to Donna.
I don't fucking know what's going to happen in the future.
Oh. I mean, last time I did this, every time I've done this, something important's happened.
As you're watching, Donna's in a room. Well, one of the blank rooms you recognize when the door opens behind her.
Huh.
The door opens and standing there is Valerie. Come on. Let's go.
I did not know she could do that.
Which one?
Both of them.
I'm going to turn around and say, come sit with me.
No, we have to get out of here.
You don't understand. If you do that, if we do that, it'll go so much worse for both of us.
We can go. We can flee. To the west. We'll be safe there.
To Ohio?
No, not that far.
Mexico?
Poughkeepsie?
Buffalo.
That's north.
From Albany? It's to the west.
The west. Straight west.
Straight west.
Straight west. Huh.
Past Rochester.
I said, I've been to Buffalo. It's not safe there yet. The time is coming when we can all go to Buffalo. You and me and frankly, I don't understand why you'd want to go back there, but listen. I'm gonna pull her in and like whisper. Like, you are stronger than anyone here. You're a mystery. You have power that nobody understands. Don't squander it. Right now, people are sympathetic. If not sympathetic, you have a chance. You run now, you're dead meat. You want to spend the rest of your own life in a lab?
Will you keep me safe?
I mean, I can barely keep myself safe, but for you? I already put a lot on the line, so I'll do my best.
She comes and she sits next to you. Okay then. That's what you see.
I have one clarifying question. Do I know the Sabbat are coming through Buffalo? Because I remember that was one of the things Rhea knew, is that they were coming down from Canada.
Toronto and Montreal are Sabbat cities.
Yeah.
That was how Buffalo fell the first time.
Yeah. So historically, Buffalo goes before Albany.
Right.
That does not sit well with Herschel.
While we're doing this, can cloud memory, can that be used like selectively, or is it just like the last thing that happened?
I feel like it should be able to be used, but there might be a higher discipline that does
But what I want to do is I'm like,
the current moment as well as the last few minutes.
okay.
It's enough to mask a superficial feeding or chance meeting.
Okay, yeah, so wouldn't do what I wanted to do in the moment.
Herschel is going to.
You're looking for the forgetful mind level 3.
Yeah.
So Herschel he's going to try to contact the house and basically do the reset on the panic button.
Okay.
I don't know how to do that, but that's what he's trying to do.
As Nick and Danny step into the hallway, the two of you can hear doors, locks clicking up and down this long hallway in the duplex as the house begins to reset.
Weird house.
So I look over at Dan. I'm like, we should get the fuck out of here.
I don't want to be here
You've
anymore.
been here a week. I'm not allowing the new harpy to fall prey to this Alice in Wonderland bullshit in the first week.
But Herschel can't let that happen. He wouldn't.
Oh, Herschel's gonna answer for a lot of shit right now. I don't even know who that guy is right this second. Let's get the fuck out. I start walking down the hall. I've got my gun out.
Please come get us.
So you're walking down the hall, and you turn to the right, this door is open, and Donna and Valerie are sitting there.
And we're just like, that is absolutely not necessary. Put your gun down. We are sitting we're holding.
She was staked. What the hell?
Yes, she was. So who took the stake out?
Mimi, your door opens. Herschel, your door opens.
Is the room the same?
Did any of my rats show up?
Is
Wow.
and also is
And no, the visions, it starts to fade, and everything turns to shit around you.
I immediately check where my notes were.
They're gone.
I come storming out. Because there's one person here who's been out for me the whole time.
Anyway, so as I was saying, I'm like, so Nick, you've heard of, frankly, I mean, we're not miracles, we're curses and blights upon the land, but this young woman, her life and unlife is a miracle, so is it that hard to imagine that she took the stake out herself? Anyway.
That's not how our kind work. So yes, it's a little bit unusual to the point of, great, it's a miracle. Now, how do we miracle that stake back in? Because I'm taking this criminal, this person who's a suspect in assault on, and someone who's killed a kindred in front of me.
I didn't have any choice.
What's her state of repair?
Do you know? Do you know
Her guts
story?
are hanging out of her belly.
Yeah.
She's taken 5 points of aggravated, or she's taken 3 points of aggravated, 2 points of superficial. So yeah, her guts are fucking hanging out.
Yeah.
There's
So-
a hole in her chest where she was staked.
So, do you know her story?
I'm about to find out through some
So in that
questioning.
case, as above, so below. I think a little bit of patience and forbearance for somebody who's been through an awful lot that your mind cannot even wrap its head
Fair
around.
enough. My mind can't wrap it. I know what
So
I do.
get her some fucking medical attention.
Medical attention?
Okay, put her guts back in, god damn it.
She'll be fine. I'll put that stake back in, and we'll take her back to a place where we
We
can
hear
have a
pounding, and Danny's like, I think the doctor's coming now.
Let's go.
You can see him.
Herschel, I'm going to say Herschel has 5 hunger. He doesn't open the door. He throws the door against the wall.
Holy shit.
And he just stares daggers at Donna and says, Nick, you're taking her in.
What did I do?
Give me back my notes.
What notes?
I have detect lies.
I'm
Sure.
not giving them to you.
Hold
Well,
on. Okay, we've got 10 minutes
Yeah,
left.
well, that is a thing I'm specialized in.
I understand.
Yeah.
You know she's lying.
Nick, I need 2 things. 3 things. Catgut, a needle, and this one sent to Rhea.
I'm fine with that.
Guess what, motherfuckers? Because right now I'm
The
not
catgut and the needle's for that one. And he's Nick is pointing. Oh, not Nick, but
Herschel?
Herschel is pointing at Valerie. Because your guts are all over the place, and that's not where they should be.
We're all taking a trip to court immediately. I said, look over at Mimi, and you're free to leave this whole situation. You've done nothing wrong here.
No, you really haven't. If you want anything, I'm sorry I couldn't give you tea. There is tea downstairs. It's in a thermos. You're welcome to it. I've been
What the
told
fuck
it's
is
the
wrong
best
with you?
one.
No one wants tea right now.
Herschel?
I'm trying to be a host.
I know you are, and your house,
Your house is terrible. Your animal heads are weird.
Your house took me captive, the lawful sheriff.
That was a failsafe, and I turned it off as soon as I realized what happened. It hasn't happened before.
I understand. There's a lot of things going on right now. There's a lot of resistance to the lawful authority of the Camarilla right now in front of the sheriff and the harpy of this court. Doesn't look good.
No.
So there's a lot of questions and there's a lot of answers that need to be had. We are going to court. We're getting out of here.
Okay. Well, let's.
Also, do not let that one out of your sight.
I think we all agree that no one's leaving anyone's sight in the short time. You are in no position to take the moral high ground right now.
Yes, I am, but I will listen to whatever you have to say. And I will do as the sheriff, and then he turns to Danny, our harpy recommends.
It looks like you've got a lot to clean up here.
I do.
Why don't we go to the symphony?
No. She is not leaving my sight.
Well,
Then you're going to the symphony too.
everyone's
That's all.
very busy arguing and saying
Yes.
Mimi is
Fine.
not involved.
You're just like,
How
Back to
what would it take for me to look for those notes in Donna's bag?
Ooh.
I'm like holding it.
How
Yeah.
level of obfuscate do you have?
I'm level 3 obfuscate.
Pretty bad.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's enough to rummage through her bag while she's holding it good.
You're holding it
Especially
like this? Okay.
especially
I thought
since
it
you came
was
in on, like-
hanging. Okay.
Especially because I am accusing her of taking
Yeah,
it.
I think like
Okay.
that would,
We're all
it's a
looking-
very,
Yeah.
If anything, then I'm just standing there very interested in this bag all
Donna?
of a sudden.
No, we've only met tonight for the first time.
I thought this is Valerie, I'm like, what?
No. This is Danny. This is Danny now, sorry. Seems he thinks you have his notes. If you do, I would be very curious to know what's in them.
I would be happy to tell you what's in them when she gives them back.
I think the best thing for all of us to do would be to go talk to the prince of this city and her lawfully appointed sheriff.
Unfortunately, the prince is not in the city at the moment. She's still in New York, negotiating for me. So, God, I thought New Yorkers were a handful.
We are New Yorkers.
That's right.
Not exactly, I'm Polish.
But for the sake of peace, maybe we go downstairs and talk this out.
We can go down some stairs. We can go down some stairs, go out some doors. We're
Sit in-
into a place where a house doesn't attack us.
We can sit in the living room. No one was attacked by the house. We were just moved. I've had plenty of worse things done to me.
Is it cool if at this point someone finally has brought me catgut and string?
Yes.
Because I think that at this point, Herschel, like as we're going downstairs, will turn to Valerie and say, Valerie, I am sorry for what I have done to you. Please allow me to repair any gestures to her.
I woke up in pieces.
Just need some blood.
If that is all you require,
My limbs had to crawl towards one another to rejoin my body.
I would offer myself.
Ew.
Aren't you very hungry?
Yes. This is also something about Herschel. He has suffered through far worse than this, and he hates himself for this.
Worse than the person who cut you into pieces offering to put you back together? That's so icky.
Yeah.
Poland in 1945, not a great spot.
If you start to connect the dots, there's a reason he looks how he looks.
Right.
I offer myself.
She walks forward. And the camera fades to black.
What happens if you get one extra hunger?
I don't know. But maybe we'll find out next time. For now, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to tonight's episode of Albany by Night. Not much resolution so far, but a lot of our resolutions tend to happen off camera anyway. Please, thank you everyone for coming, and please tune in 2 weeks' time. I'm checking my calendar, not my text messages. On November 8th for the third episode of Albany by Night. We'll be rejoined by Donna and Nick, I think, and our prince will be back as well.
Oh, good times.
Hey.
Maybe we can talk about the aftermath of this evening then.
Yeah, I shouldn't come back. I could really use a break. I would like to be like, and then Nick took a needed vacation.
He just went to somewhere a little nicer.
Excellent. You take a break, and then my word will go unchallenged.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it sounds fine. Yeah.
Right.
I'm a very reliable witness.
Entirely.
Oh!
All the news that's fit to print.
Old news.
Thank you very much for joining us tonight. As always, check the games calendar down below. Follow us on social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Please. We need 100 subscribers before we can have a non-shitty YouTube URL. Because right now it's youtube.com/ Murloc sound, essentially.
That's my favorite YouTuber URL.
And as always, come game with us. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.
Bye.